Hey Bills fans, welcome back. Today we are diving deep into the latest Buffalo Bills game, and there's a lot to unpack. The team has shown incredible versatility this season. We've seen them completely dominate some games, while at other times, things just haven't clicked. Against Kansas City, they were dynamic and effective, but they've also struggled to find that consistent rhythm we all crave. December is here, the playoffs are just around the corner, and now more than ever, the key question is, how can the Bills maintain consistency in their offense as the pressure ramps up? It's a team capable of extremes, from flawless execution to puzzling lapses, and that unpredictability makes every game a spectacle. While this may not be the peak iteration of the Bills we've seen over the last 5 to 6 years, it's worth noting that any team can be beaten on any given Sunday. The league has proven that no juggernaut is untouchable, and the Bills have the tools to remain competitive if they can lock in and play their best football regularly. Now, let's focus on the rushing attack, which was absolutely the story of the game against the Steelers. The Bills ran the ball 51 times, racking up 249 yards on the ground, and it was a display of elite execution by both the backs and the blockers. James Cook, Ray Davis, and Ty Johnson each contributed brilliantly, but the offensive line, tight ends, and even some wide receivers deserve massive credit. This wasn't just about running backs making plays. It was about the team working in perfect harmony to create lanes and opportunities. On those 51 carries, the team averaged almost 3 yards before contact per attempt, which is remarkable. It means a significant portion of those yards came without defenders even touching the ball, highlighting the incredible run blocking performed by the line and perimeter players. Tyrell Shavers, Kosha, Jackson Haw, Dawson Knox, and several others were exceptional, moving defenders out of the way and giving the backs the space to work their magic. What stood out most was the dominance of the right side. 40 of the 51 runs went to the right, yielding 226 yards, compared to 11 runs to the left for just 23 yards. The combination of perimeter blockers, double teams, and smart vision by the running backs made the rushing attack nearly unstoppable. The Bills executed the duo scheme effectively, forcing the linebackers to react to double teams and opening up consistent opportunities for big gains. Pittsburgh's defense tried various adjustments, slants, overloads, and safety rolls, but nothing worked because the Bills consistently made the right reads and executed the blocks perfectly. This game was a testament to preparation, teamwork, and discipline, showcasing how a well-coordinated rushing attack can control the tempo and open up other aspects of the offense. Shifting to the passing game, it wasn't a record-breaking day for Josh Allen in terms of yardage, but the approach was strategic and necessary. Facing a Steelers defense with high-caliber pass rushers, and without starting tackles like Deion Dawkins and Spencer Brown, protecting Allen became the top priority. 15 completions on 23 attempts for 123 yards, a touchdown, and an early interception were the final numbers. But the context tells the real story. Allen was pressured on roughly 1/3 of his dropbacks, yet he remained upright, was hit only once, and avoided sacks entirely. The offensive line and supporting blockers adapted brilliantly to the challenge, giving Allen the time he needed to make safe, effective throws. In fact, the strategy emphasized quick releases and checkdowns, with Allen averaging just over 2 seconds to throw the ball. It was a game of risk mitigation rather than aggressive downfield assaults. The first drive interception did influence how Allen played the game, as he became more cautious, choosing safer options over intermediate throws that may have opened up additional yardage. There were multiple opportunities downfield that were intentionally bypassed to maintain possession and protect the quarterback, which was exactly the type of smart football required in this scenario. Against a defense blitzing over half of Allen's dropbacks, the Bills prioritized staying on schedule, avoiding negative plays, and letting the rushing attack dictate the tempo. That combination ultimately resulted in a 3-score victory and demonstrated the value of strategic adaptability in high-stakes matchups. One of the most striking aspects of this game was how the team adhered to its keys for success, especially considering the challenges presented by injuries and personnel changes. The protection schemes were solid, Receivers contributed effectively when needed, and the ground game flourished. James Cook carried a significant load, but Ty Johnson, Ray Davis, and even Reggie Gilliam played important roles in maintaining balance and consistency. Snap counts reflect the distribution and strategy. Allen played all 74 snaps at quarterback. Cook saw 45, Johnson 20, Davis 13, and Gilliam 9. Tight ends Dawson Knox and Jackson Haw played extensive snaps, both contributing to blocking schemes and key plays, while wide receivers were deployed in ways that maximized their effectiveness without overexposing any individual. Even with some fumbles from Cook, the overall execution across the roster highlighted depth, versatility, and attention to detail. Every role was critical, from the offensive line to the perimeter blockers to the running backs reading lanes and making decisive cuts. It was a complete team effort that allowed the Bills to dominate on the ground and maintain control through smart, calculated football. This level of coordination and game planning speaks volumes about the adaptability of the Bills' coaching staff. Aaron Kromer and Joe Brady implemented a rushing strategy that exploited Pittsburgh's weaknesses, while Allen executed the plan with poise and intelligence. The film shows how effectively the Bills used duo blocks, perimeter support, and play-action passes to keep the defense guessing. Even when Pittsburgh blitzed aggressively, the team responded with quick decisions, check downs, and calculated throws to neutralize pressure. While the passing game wasn't explosive, it complemented the rushing success perfectly, showing that football is as much about strategy as it is about talent. Each snap, each block, each cut by a running back was part of a broader narrative that ultimately dictated the pace and flow of the game. The performance was a masterclass in balancing aggression with caution, innovation with structure, and power with finesse. The Bills' victory over the Steelers highlighted several important takeaways for the remainder of the season. First, their rushing attack, led by Cook and supported by a well-coordinated line, can dominate any defense when executed properly. Second, Josh Allen's decision-making and ability to adapt under pressure remain vital assets. Third, the team's preparation and adherence to strategic keys allow them to overcome personnel challenges and continue performing at a high level. Every player contributed, from starters to role players, and the overall synergy was evident in the way the game unfolded. The offensive line's ability to move bodies and create lanes cannot be overstated, while the running back's vision and adaptability turned potential opportunities into consistent gains. In the passing game, Allen's quick release, awareness, and tactical choices kept the defense off balance and minimized risks. Each of these elements combined to form a coherent, effective, and disciplined team performance that allowed the Bills to control the narrative from start to finish. By analyzing the snaps, the plays, and the flow of the game, it's clear that the Bills are a team capable of adjusting to circumstances in real time. They are not just relying on raw talent. They are relying on preparation, communication, and teamwork. Even with injuries to key offensive linemen, they adapted protection schemes, leveraged perimeter blockers, and made strategic decisions that prioritized the long-term success of the team over individual statistics. Each player understood their role, executed their assignments, and contributed to the overall success of the game plan. From the offensive line creating space, to tight and sealing edges, to running backs making precise cuts, to the quarterback orchestrating the offense, the coordination was seamless. This is the kind of performance that reflects not only talent, but also discipline, preparation, and situational awareness, qualities that are essential for success as the playoffs approach. Now, turning our attention back to the passing game, it's important to understand the context of what Josh Allen was facing against the Steelers. The absence of key starting tackles left him vulnerable to one of the league's most aggressive defensive fronts, featuring T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith, Cam Hayward, and Nick Herbig. On paper, it looked like a recipe for disaster, and the narrative leading up to the game had fans bracing for a heavy hit or worse. Yet, the Bills executed a masterful plan. Protection schemes were adapted intelligently. Quick passes became the focus, and Allen was able to navigate the pocket with confidence. He managed 15 completions on 23 attempts, throwing for 123 yards with a touchdown and an early interception. While the yardage total may not jump off the stat sheet, the efficiency and decision-making were exactly what the team needed in this scenario. Protecting Allen was priority number one, and the Bills accomplished that without sacrificing offensive effectiveness. The offensive line, tight ends, and even wide receivers played crucial roles in giving Allen options and keeping the defense in check, demonstrating just how much football is a team sport rather than an individual effort. It was particularly notable how the Bills used quick reads and check downs to neutralize Pittsburgh's blitz-heavy strategy. The Steelers sent extra rushers on over half of Allen's dropbacks, attempting to force errors and create negative plays. Yet, Allen's average time to throw was just over 2 seconds, and his approach emphasized getting the ball out quickly and safely, mitigating pressure while keeping drives alive. Checkdowns were utilized more than usual, comprising roughly 30% of his passes, and the average depth of target was just under 2 yards, the lowest among quarterbacks in Week 13. This was not a game designed for deep shots or extended dropbacks. It was a game of smart, controlled aggression. Even with the early interception influencing his mindset, Allen managed the game beautifully, making the right reads, avoiding unnecessary risk, and allowing the rushing attack to dictate tempo and sustain drives. The interplay between the run game and passing game was seamless, each element supporting the other and creating a balanced, effective offensive performance. Speaking of the rushing attack, James Cook carried the load brilliantly, with Ty Johnson, Ray Davis, and Reggie Gilliam providing valuable support and versatility. Cook finished with over 30 carries, surpassing 140 yards, demonstrating both power and vision. The offensive line's ability to move defenders and create lanes, combined with the perimeter blocking from tight ends and receivers, turned what could have been a routine day into a showcase of teamwork and precision. 40 of the 51 runs went to the right side, yielding a staggering 226 yards, highlighting the effectiveness of the right side blocking schemes. 11 attempts to the left produced just 23 yards, emphasizing how critical alignment, execution, and teamwork are to game planning. This is where the genius of duo blocking came into play, with inside double teams vertically engaging linebackers and creating lanes for the backs to read and exploit. The result was a consistent, high-performing ground attack that neutralized Pittsburgh's defensive strategies and set the tone for the rest of the offense. Each back contributed uniquely, with Cook providing vision and decision-making, Johnson and Davis offering fresh legs and situational awareness, and Gilliam contributing in specialized roles. Even minor touches, such as perimeter cuts and follow-through blocks, had significant impacts on the overall flow and success of the offense. Before we dive back in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest Buffalo Bills updates straight to your screen. And hey, don't hold back. Let us know your thoughts on today's news down in the comments. The Buffalo Bills organization is reportedly in turmoil after news broke that their assistant coach has been dismissed following what sources describe as an internal scandal. While the team has remained tight-lipped officially, insiders suggest that the situation has left head coach Sean McDermott visibly enraged, fueling speculation about the stability behind the scenes in Orchard Park. According to multiple whispers within the NFL community, the incident involved serious breaches of protocol, though details remain murky. Players are said to be shocked by the sudden shakeup, with some reportedly questioning how such behavior could have gone unnoticed until it reached a tipping point. One anonymous source hinted at heated exchanges during team meetings and locker room tension that reportedly escalated in recent weeks, culminating in the decisive action by management. Fans and commentators alike are buzzing about the implications for the Bills' coaching staff. McDermott, known for his disciplined approach and intense focus on team culture, allegedly demanded swift action once the situation came to light. Observers note that such an abrupt dismissal, especially mid-season, could ripple across team dynamics and influence preparation for upcoming matchups. Rumors suggest that the assistant coach in question had been under scrutiny for some time, with previous minor incidents potentially contributing to McDermott's ultimate decision. Social media has been ablaze with speculation, with hashtags circulating that hint at everything from internal conflict to locker room power struggles. Analysts are debating whether this will force a broader restructuring of the coaching team or if it is an isolated incident meant to serve as a stern warning to others. Sources close to the organization insist that the front office acted decisively to preserve the team's culture and integrity, emphasizing that McDermott's leadership style leaves little room for error. While the Bills have yet to issue a comprehensive statement, the buzz in sports circles is undeniable. Questions remain. Who will fill the sudden vacancy? How will this shakeup impact team morale? And, most importantly, will this episode derail the carefully crafted cohesion that has been a hallmark of McDermott's tenure? One thing seems certain. The Bills are entering a period of scrutiny and speculation, and fans won't be able to look away. That's a wrap for now. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of all things Buffalo Bills, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what you think in the comments. See you in the next update.